This is an instructional video for the Monkey's Paw pre-reading vocab assignment. Once you open the assignment, you'll be asked to plug in your email address, and then it'll take you to part 1, vocab study. We're going to read this passage together. Pay attention to the bold-faced words. You're going to try to guess the context clues around them so you can figure out what those words mean. So follow along here right at I once. I once was a person given to credulity. I would believe in anything. Tall tales, rabbit's feet, rumors, and stories of all kinds. But that was before Mrs. Decker gave me the gold coin as compensation for weeding her garden. She told me it was magic, and of course I believed her. I carried it with me wherever I went, and my life did seem to go better. I felt that surely the coin was directing fate to shine on me. Then one day, with the coin in my pocket, I stepped off the curb and twisted my ankle. With a grimace, I tried to walk on it, but the pain was too much. Also, I didn't realize that my life was in immediate peril because a car was zooming toward me at a high speed. Luckily, I looked up just in time and hopped back on the curb. With a sigh of resignation, I felt for the gold coin in my pocket. I planned to use it to buy a candy bar as soon as I could hobble to the store. Okay, so now we have questions 1 through 6, and it's going to give you kind of a definition, and you're going to tell me which of those bold-faced words best kind of fits that. So we're going to do one of these together. Let's do number 2, a facial expression of pain or disgust. Now up here we've got credulity, compensation, fate, grimace, peril, and resignation. Now where up here would the person make a face of disgust? It's probably going to be when he gets hurt stepping off the curb. And that's going to be the word grimace right here. So I'm going to take a guess at that is grimace. So you're going to finish sections numbers 1 through 6, and then move on to section 2 by clicking next. Okay, now for part 2, this is vocab practice. You get those words again in a chart right here. Compensation, credulity, fate, grimace, peril, and resignation. Those are all nouns. You have the definitions right here. You're going to choose which word from that chart best completes each sentence. Now the sentences in numbers 1 through 12 are from the story. So it's going to help maybe if you understand the story, but not necessarily. You don't have to know much of the story. It'll still kind of make sense here. So let's do number 8. They didn't believe that making a wish could control the blank of their family. The blank of their family. Control the money of their family. That was compensation. Control the disposition to believe too readily. Credulity. Control the course of events. The fate. Control the expression of pain or disgust. The grimace. Control the danger. The peril. Or control the acceptance that something is inescapable. I'm going to go with fate here. They didn't believe that making a wish could control the fate of their family. Okay, now there's another section here underneath number 12. These are analogies. Analogies show relationships between words. So I have a sample one here in this box. Mountain, and then when you see this colon, you kind of say is to. Mountain is to high, as artist is to famous, dry is to desert, honey is to sweet, brick is to light. The easiest way to do this is to make a short sentence out of that first one. Mountain is high. That's true. Now we're going to take that same is that made this a sentence and plug it in here and see what makes sense. Artist is famous. Sometimes. Dry is desert. Sometimes. Honey is sweet. Always. Brick is light. No. So our best choice here would be honey is sweet. So you're going to make some analogies here out of the words that are given. Make a sentence out of the first analogy and then apply that same information to what's left. Okay? So let's do 13. Happiness is to misery. Well, happiness and misery are complete opposites. So happiness is opposite of misery. So we're looking for the opposite of safety. Safety is opposite of compensation, credulity, fate, grimace, peril, resignation. Safety is the opposite of peril. Okay, so when you go through these, make a short sentence, figure out whatever words would connect here where this colon is, and apply that to the second one. Okay, so that is part 2. After number 18, click Next. The last section deals with the Latin root cred, C-R-E-D. That can come at the beginning of a word, in the middle of a word, or at the end of a word. So the vocab word credulity has that Latin root cred, which means to believe or to trust. Just as an example, we have some other common words in the English language with that Latin root cred. Credible, this describes something as believable and trustworthy. Incredulous, skeptical or not believing what's true. Credentials, qualifications or proof or evidence. Creed, a set of basic fundamental beliefs. And creditor, someone to whom a debt is owed. So you have 5 words here with this Latin word cred. You're going to plug those into a sentence here. So 19 through 23 uses this Latin word root cred. So 19. When it comes to stories of flying saucers, some people are believers, but many others are blank. Well, we're talking about believers, and then the opposite of. People that don't believe are skeptical, so those people are incredulous. And you're going to use each of these words in this chart once. You're not going to use incredulous. The other 4 are left: credible, credentials, creed, and creditor for 20 through 23. When you get done with 23, just make sure you click Submit.